Hey guys, it's Ker-Leen and you are watching Lemomlife. So today I wanted to post this video because I was looking for this video when I was about to go in to get my teeth extracted, and a lot of the things I saw were just people going on and on about random things. There were also videos posted just to freak you out, and so I wanted to post something that was actually gonna give you the information you need and was informative. So to start, if you are going in to get your teeth extracted, just know that I have a low tolerance for pain and it is not that bad. You're going to be okay. It's not that bad. I had to have all 4 of my wisdom teeth removed on Friday. Today is Monday, and so it hasn't been that long since I've had my extractions, and I'm able to record a video today. When I went in, they hooked me up to an IV and I was consciously sedated, meaning that they didn't have to breathe for me or give me a breathing machine. They just gave me some oxygen that I put in my nose, but I was sedated, so I didn't really care about what was going on. At one point during my procedure, I completely fell asleep. I think right in the beginning, I completely fell asleep and I woke up towards the end. And towards the end, I was telling them that my throat was full because they had to keep rinsing as they were working in my mouth, and like the blood was accumulating. They would rinse so that the dentist could keep working, and so they had to suction. So I woke up to tell them, can they suction, because I didn't want to swallow that. And then at another point, I didn't want to feel any pain, and I started to feel something, a little something, and I told the dentist, I can feel it, I can feel it. And so he was like, okay. So then they gave me more numbing medication in the site, and that's pretty much what I remember. Like, I woke myself up snoring, so I definitely was knocked out, because I only ever snore when I'm really knocked out, tired at home. So even though it wasn't intended to completely knock me out to where like general anesthesia, they have to breathe for me, I still fell asleep. So I was consciously sedated, and they also used some kind of numbing solution that they injected into my gum to help me not to feel anything. They also gave me dissolvable stitches, and right now I can feel them, but they're supposed to dissolve, so it's not too much of a big deal. Really, the whole process, the whole procedure took about an hour, and my husband had to be there to pick me up, and they gave me a wheelchair, wheeled me out to the car, and then I was on my way home. I had to keep gauze in my mouth after the procedure because I was bleeding, and you want to make sure you keep the gauze in your mouth and change the gauze, I think every 15 to 30 minutes. I was prescribed medication during my pre-op visits. So a part of my medication was an antibiotic and anti-inflammatory pain meds, which they prescribed me plain ibuprofen and then oxycodone. And what else did I have? I think that was it. Yeah, I think that was it. So I only really had to take the oxycodone the first day. Like, when I got home, by the time I made it home, which was maybe like 15 to 20 minutes after my procedure, I really started to feel the pain. It was like, oh my gosh. I drank an Orgain. It's kind of like Ensure. I drank an Orgain, and then I took the oxycodone, and then I took a couple ice packs. I put them on either side of my cheeks on a pillow, and then I just went to sleep. And the oxycodone does make you drowsy, so I did fall asleep. I will insert some clips for you guys here so you can see kind of what my experience, what I was looking like and feeling like on that day when I first got home, and then on the next day. Okay, so I am getting my wisdom teeth pulled today, and this is before the procedure. It wasn't that bad.
It wasn't that bad.
Hey guys, I'm back home now. I'm laying down. I got my pillows covered, and I have a towel under my head, and I changed my gauze because I had to drink something and take some pain medication. The pain, I can start to feel it now, so I'm kind of scared about that. Other than that, I'm doing okay. So just wanted to update you. It wasn't that bad. I'm okay. I'm doing good. So it's a little after 3 o'clock, and hubby just made me some eggs, so I was able to like eat some eggs. I basically just like swallowed them. And then I've been keeping up with my medication. I didn't want to take the narcotic they gave me for pain, but I ended up having to take that. And then what really helped me with the pain, these ice packs. Hubby made me 2 of these, and I kind of put them under the towels that are on here and just kind of laid on the towel like that. So I just got to the point where I can talk without my mouth filling up with blood, but I'm about to put back in my gauze. Because the taste of it is just kind of gross. But I think after this go around with the gauze, the bleeding should have subsided because it's doing a lot better than before. Every time I get up, I get nauseous, so I'm just going to try to lay down for the rest of the day. Sorry, that's the baby monitor. I can hear Giselle. Hubby's putting her down for her nap. So anyways, I'm just gonna try to stay rested, like laying down in this position. I don't know, I guess the anesthesia and all the medication is just making me feel so nauseous, and I don't want to throw up because I don't want to pop any stitches. She's fighting her nap, so. But yeah, I'm doing a lot better than I expected, although when I first left the office I thought I was going to be doing a lot better, but then the pain started to hit me after the anesthesia they gave me wore off. It's only been about 7 hours since my procedures. Hey y'all, so I wanted to do a quick update on how I'm doing today. It's morning, and I wanted to give you guys an update. I'm doing pretty well. Yesterday, after about like, I want to say 6 or 7, I think it was after about like 6 o'clock, I was up and about without feeling nauseous. So I was able to go hang out with the family. I kind of set up my station on the couch, and I was able to do that. I had some soft eggs and smoothies yesterday. I also tried to have like some mac and cheese, but it was too hard not to like chew, and I don't want to develop dry socket, so I didn't want to be like chewing and creating any suction motions in my mouth so that the blood clot that has formed in those spots doesn't pop out. That's dry socket. I am gonna stick with like eggs and smoothies today, and then maybe tomorrow I'll try something more. I don't know, or maybe the end of the day. I don't know, it just depends. But I've been sticking with the medication that they gave me. I only took the narcotics. They gave me oxycodone. I only took that yesterday. But since then, I've been able to just take ibuprofen, and that's been working just fine. I took some last night before bed, and I didn't have any issue sleeping. As you can see, I'm swollen still, and well, more swollen today. It's funny, I look like I'm storing food in my cheeks, but yeah, it's like slightly sore, and I can't really open my mouth too wide, but it's wide enough to get food inside, which is all I need, and I can communicate. So it was a perfect weekend because you need at least like 72 hours not doing any heavy physical activity. So I'm gonna soak every bit of this break in and just take the help and just heal up and get better, because I'll be with the kids by myself again very shortly. So yep, that's how I'm doing on day 2. It's been 24 hours since my tooth extraction. Yesterday, right after the medicine started kicking in, it was the worst. But if you stay on top of your pain meds, you can survive it. And then the nausea was pretty bad. I didn't want to throw up because I didn't want to pop my stitches. So every time I felt nauseous, I laid back down, and then I asked for some food, and hubby would give me a smoothie or one of my orgains to drink, and I would be fine. So the swelling really kicked into full gear the next day and the day after. Right now I'm just coming down from being really swollen, but I looked like a different person when I was, you know, at my worst swelling wise. But right now I am not that bad, but you can still kind of see the swelling. I'm still swollen, and I do still have pain in the gums. I don't have the pain like all day. I just took an ibuprofen, and I hadn't had an ibuprofen all day, and it's maybe about like 6 o'clock in the evening right now. So after a while they do start to ache, and then also what I'll talk about next, when I rinse my mouth, they start to ache, and so I have to sometimes take an ibuprofen. I've been keeping up with my medications, so the anti-inflammatory and the antibiotic, I'm almost finished with them. and then I've been taking pain meds as needed. I only used the oxycodone the first day, and I didn't need to use it anymore. I think you have to wait something like 24 hours before you can clean your mouth. So it's going to vary. Please follow your dentist's instructions at all times. Primarily, this video is just for educational purposes and to give you an idea of what I went through. So after about 24 hours, I was able to rinse my mouth with salt water. So I just kind of kept like a glass of salt water in the bathroom and then swish it around in my mouth, and that helps to kind of dislodge anything that might be stuck in your mouth. And then I also felt comfortable enough just to brush very, very lightly at that time as well, after the 24 hours. So you can still brush and you can also still floss. You just want to avoid the surgical sites. So anywhere the teeth was pulled, avoid altogether. Even if you completely miss the teeth by that area, just avoid it, because you don't want to end up back at the dentist's office. That's what you don't want. You don't want to use a straw or eat foods that have tiny pieces that can get stuck in there. So far, I have not had an issue with that. I have not used a straw. I try not to create any sucking motion with my mouth when I'm eating or drinking, just so that I do not get dry socket, which is when the blood clot that forms to protect your nerves pops out because of that sucking motion. Then all your nerves are exposed and it's painful and it's just a nightmare, and you have to go back to the dentist's office. So I haven't experienced that, but I've been following my dentist's instructions and just being super duper careful. The only thing I'll say is that I was terrified about getting my teeth pulled, but what I did was I prayed about it. They did prescribe some Xanax for me because I explained to one of the ladies at the office that I was more terrified of getting my teeth pulled than having a C-section. And I think it's because at the other end of the C-section, I got a baby. But, you know, this just seemed like unnecessary torture. So I told her that, and she also prescribed me Xanax, but I didn't take Xanax. I didn't need to. I just prayed. And then I had a worship playlist that I put in my ear right before they started. So I did a lot of just prayer and listening to worship music and spending time with God to help me kind of get focused and cast all my cares onto Him and not be so overly concerned about something that, you know, is small time for God. Like he's got me covered and I don't need to worry. So that really helped me focus. So whatever helps you focus, classical music, worship music, whatever, listen to that in your ear if they allow it. That's a good way to just get yourself calm when you first get in there in that chair. Everything was fine. I was worried about nothing. I'm fine, and now I just have to endure the healing process, which isn't too bad. It's not too bad. I went out and about today. I wore makeup for the first time today, so it was not that bad. I have a very low tolerance for pain, guys, so this is not coming from someone who doesn't care about, you know, feeling pain. I do not want to feel it, and I expressed that to the dentist when we were talking about it. I said, are you gonna give me anesthesia, because I don't want to feel anything. I don't even want to feel pressure. And he told me, that's what you were feeling when you thought you were feeling pain. It was pressure. I'm like, I don't care. I just didn't want to feel anything. I didn't want to like freak out, you know. So what they did was perfect. I didn't feel anything. Everything worked out, and yeah. So if you have any questions for me, leave them down in the comment section and I will answer them. I just wanted to make this video to give you some information and share an experience with you that got straight to the point. I hope this was helpful to you guys. If you are not subscribed and you think you might find my videos interesting, go ahead and hit that subscribe button and hit the notification bell so you never miss an upload, and you can click up here to watch the next video.